You're tuning in to Natty News Daily with the latest and breaking natural bodybuilding news. Bringing you today's Natty News, your host, Leroy Rollins.
What's happening, guys? Welcome to another episode of Natty News Daily, providing you with the first news story of the day. AJ Morris. AJ put up a little physique update on his story the other day, so I captured some shots of that. It was a little video, but I just screen captured his most muscular inside chest just to give you guys a better visual versus him moving around and stuff like that. So, looking at the photos, AJ is looking really good, looking really solid. Looks like he's packed on a good chunk of muscle since his last appearance on stage, which is super exciting because he looked amazing back then too. So it's just going to be an even better and improved package. So AJ over in the UK, their shows got all moved around as it did everywhere else in the world. So they originally had qualifiers throughout the year, which is how they usually structure it, and then the finals at the end of the year, and then Worlds after that. So I'm not entirely sure what shows AJ had planned to do, but he's now doing one of the qualifiers, which this past weekend, I think, was 25 weeks out. So this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, would be 24 weeks out, if I read that correctly. So we're hopeful that those fall 2020 shows go ahead for him. So he would do a qualifier, then right to the finals, then to Worlds, ideally. But of course, all that is up in the air with everything that's going on. Things can change, right? We've talked about that in previous videos. Things can change, day to day when it comes to shows, whether they're going on or if they're going to be able to go on with restrictions or whatever. So, we're hopeful that plan of AJ's can follow through because he's bringing a much improved package. And it'll be interesting to see if he gets into the lightweights again or if he'll be in the middleweights. I know he's not entirely sure about that because he could diet down and become, back into lightweights and just be a heavy lightweight, or he could be up in the middleweights and be a light middleweight. And depending on who shows up, either or could be in favor of him. So it'll be interesting to see how it all goes for him. So AJ, I hope everything goes as planned for you because you look great. Next up, a friend of mine, Branden Liezert, natural bodybuilder, is officially prepping. He's been back and forth for quite some time now whether or not he's going to step on stage again within the next year or so, but he's officially posted. He's committed to stepping on the Coburg Natural stage, which was supposed to be on April 18th, but it's been rescheduled to September 5th. Now, he wasn't originally going to do the April 18th show, but now it's rescheduled to September. He's making it work. So this weekend, tomorrow would be 17 weeks out for Branden, which is awesome. He's looking good. I think last I saw him post an update, he was around 174 pounds. So Branden's one of those ones that gets into ridiculous, insane, shredded conditioning. So it's going to be exciting to see what that looks like with the added muscle he's put on because he's a little bit lower body dominant, but he's definitely looking like he's balanced that out a little bit. His upper body's improved quite a bit from what I've seen, so it'll be interesting to see how that all looks when it all comes together in the fall. He is posting these little update videos on YouTube, kind of just voiceover of workout sessions and stuff like that, kind of detailing what all he's doing, his methodology, why he's training the way he is, why he's doing, these exercises and all that kind of stuff. So you guys can check him out on YouTube and obviously follow him on Instagram to stay up to date with his prep. I, for one, am excited for that. He's a friend of mine, and in the years that we've both been competing, we've never crossed paths at a competition. We've never competed together. We've never been at each other's shows, so I'm looking forward to finally seeing him, in person, actually on stage versus just in photos. So that'll be pretty cool. Next up in the news, Doug Miller, professional natural bodybuilder. You guys should know who he is, arguably one of the best in the industry as a whole. He's creating this gym, and it looks like it's in like some kind of warehouse and, maybe his supplement like storage facility or what, but he's called it the Crush It Coliseum, which is a sweet name, and he's been decking it out with some pretty cool equipment. So he posted on his story, kind of gathering up a bunch of new equipment and all kinds of good stuff. Cables, a ton of plate-loaded machines, leg press, chest press, all kinds of goodies, and some stuff that I hadn't seen, in gyms that I've been to. So there was a little bit of different machines there too. And it's going to be quite the setup. I just wanted to bring it up because, it shows that someone who is at the highest level in the sport, the lengths that they're going to make sure that they don't slack on their workouts, to make sure they don't lose any gains. And, obviously Doug's got the funds to do so. This is not a cheap venture at all. He posted, just the other day, like, the equipment is easily like tens of thousands of dollars, but, just to see the lengths that he's going to and the gym he's going to create is going to be sweet. I'm interested to see if he opens it up to the public or if it's going to remain, just private for himself and maybe close friends, because if it's open to the public, I think it'll be, a pretty good spot for especially hardcore bodybuilders like, himself, like most of you guys listening. It might be a place to, go out of your way to go to if he does open it up. So just wanted to give that a little shout out in this video. And last up, Ben Howard posts a crazy, nasty, shredded throwback. You guys are seeing it on screen right now. Ben's conditioning is, second to none. There's no surprise that, he's a natural lightweight world champion, because the shape he gets in, the physique he brings to the stage is phenomenal. So I don't know how close to the stage this clip was, but from the looks of it, it was awfully close. He talks about in this post that he put this on, how to grow your lats and how to develop your back. And a few notes that he made were increasing your strength on the deadlift. And he put a lot of importance on that. And I think that you see that across many, not only natural, but also enhanced top-level bodybuilders that have very good development, not only in their back, but their posterior chain as a whole. So like your back, glutes, hamstrings, they're very strong on a deadlift. So he noted that getting strong on the deadlift is important, whether it be an RDL, a stiff leg, a trap bar. He doesn't really care, but being strong on the deadlift is important. He noted heavy rows are something else he puts a lot of importance on, and he also wrote down that using a good amount of weight is important, because obviously progressive overload and all that kind of stuff. But he talked about having loose form, but not like ridiculous ugly form. He's not a fan of just keeping things extremely strict, where you have to lighten the load a lot and just knock it back a little bit. So he talked about having good weight but loose form. Weighted pull-ups are another one he put importance on, and then he also discussed using a variety of rep ranges to make progress, which is something that a lot of literature talks about, getting strong across multiple rep ranges, not just your typical like 8 to 12, but getting good at 5 to 8s, 12 to 15s, and then upwards of 20 to 30 reps, and getting strong and progressing and utilizing those rep ranges throughout your workout to really stimulate the muscle in a variety of ways. So very, very good post by Ben Howard on that, and obviously he's got the back to back it up. So that's all for the news today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at natty_news_daily, and I'll see you guys in the next one.